This Thursday night football props and DFS Week 1 edition of the Sports Gambling Podcast is brought to you by Underdog. Underdog's got a brand new offer for new customers. Play just $5 and get $50 in bonus funds when you sign up with the code SGPN.
Hey, this is Derek Stevens. I'm the owner of Circa Las Vegas. You're listening to SGPN. Let it ride.
It's a baby fucking wheel, man. San Diego Superchargers.
Now go home and get your fucking shine box.
Welcome everyone to the Sports Gambling Podcast. I'm Sean, stacking the money gray with my partner in picks, Ryan, Real Money Kramer. What's happening, Kramer?
Dog.
We got live ammunition.
We got live bullets.
I know we had college ammunition.
Yeah.
Which is nice, right? It's good to get a couple off, get the whole family realizing football is back.
Yeah, I thought they were going somewhere else with that.
Well,
yes.
It was one of those where you could choose your own adventure.
You said switch to family. I didn't know.
Well, it was a good weekend for the family. Shout out to Brian Kelly, but also, nothing like hitting some bets and then spending a romantic evening with the lady.
Oh, well,
I'm sure a lot of people did that for the first time. I know I got some DMs from people sharing parlay slips already. So hopefully that was parlayed with sex.
Yes, the ultimate parlay. Yeah, nice weekend here, Labor Day weekend. But we have the NFL is back. We do have week 2 college football tomorrow night, but we got a little Thursday night props, week 1 DFS. We got everyone signing up for the contest, Ryan. Of course, the free roll football contest. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/free roll. Phrase $3,000, $4,000 if you're in the Patreon. Then we have the phrase that pays, which is also free. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/phrase. And I will
when is the deadline for that, Sean? Remind people.
I think whenever Ryan loads the wheel up. So we are going to be recording that episode live. NFL picks week 1, 8:30 Pacific time. But
when do we spin the wheel at the end?
Well,
or just randomly in the middle. Do we just randomly at some point break away from a game preview and spin the wheel?
Okay,
make you listen to the whole episode.
I like the random wheel spin. But Ryan, when are you cutting off the entries? You're creating.
Yeah, so I think to keep it simple. We record the NFL Pick Show 8:30 p.m. Pacific on Wednesday. Why don't we? And we're doing a pre-show blackjack stream for the Patreon. So sportsgamblingpodcast.com/Patreon if you want to get in over there. But so that's at 7 p.m. So I'm going to say give me a couple hours. 4 p.m. Let's just say noon on Wednesday.
Okay.
Yeah, I realize that's going to be too complicated. Noon on Wednesday Pacific.
Noon
Pacific on Wednesday.
Okay.
When we're eating our lunch, I'm crafting the wheel.
Yes, and of course, still a chance. Well, I would say if you haven't mailed your entry, don't mail it. Just put it in digital or
take a picture of what you would have mailed.
Yeah.
Submit it to us, and then also still mail it.
Yeah.
But send evidence.
You can mail it in, but get the digital one in so you don't miss out. Of course,
I just like the idea of having a file for each year. It's just something we can peruse through. This was the 2024.
I'll go back and look at previous entries, and of course, I don't want to give away too much for the phrase that pays, but. Ryan, did you see the news? I sent this to you.
Unreal.
I mean, maybe the Philadelphia Eagles are listening.
Unreal. Big Dom, is he supporting fellow Italian?
I could see Big Dom as a listener to the podcast. Boys to Men will perform the national anthem before the NFL season opener between the Eagles and the Cowboys. I mean, is that not a sign, Ryan? And of course, if you,
it's beautiful. Like I said to you, it's I don't remember what I said to you, but it is beautiful.
Phrase to pays does tie into Boys to Men, so a little tip there. Last but not least, as far as contest announcements, are Survivor $100 entry, winner take all. Sportsgamblingpodcast.com/Survivor. You can get all the links to all our contests on the SGPN app, which is also free. Free picks, free college football picks, free national football picks. It is just. It's just a great time to be alive. And I was thinking about this earlier, Ryan, that when I die, statistically, I will die.
You and Mike McDaniel. There
are some interesting content online about how you can never die if you just listen to this guy's YouTube podcast and have the same diet.
That guy's also like injecting himself with his kids, like semen
is that the same
blood.
guy?
I think so. His whole premise is he thinks he's going to live forever.
Live forever, guys. I was thinking how pissed I would be if I died in August, because just imagine, Ryan. Now,
what's the best month of dying?
February has to be February after the
no
Super
March
Bowl.
Madness.
Yeah, that's true.
You want to stretch it out to April?
All right. Well, you get the Masters. I'd say May, like late May, early June, after the NBA Finals.
Oh wow, you don't need the NBA Finals,
bro. You said what's the ideal time to die? To me, it's middle of June.
If I'm dying, I could give two fucks about the NBA playoffs.
Well, what if you got a sweet part? What if you got like a nice future going? I had the Pacers to win the East.
Nope, don't care.
If I died, I wouldn't get to see the end of that. Do I put my futures ticket in my state? And then God forbid my wife is one of those people that contacts the sports book and says, my husband died. Can you void all his tickets? I had that conversation with my wife. I said,
no, I'll make that agreement with you right now.
Well, okay.
If something happens to either one of us,
yes,
we try to get all the tickets voided.
No, don't void the tickets. Let it ride, baby. I don't want her voiding my action.
Got some sweet Nolan Smith defensive player of the year.
Don't try and get Derek to refund that bet. See that to the end of the year. And not to tip a hand, but well, I guess I don't officially have it as a play, but Nolan Smith is getting a sack this Thursday night. That I will give out as a free bonus prop. But Ryan, why don't you kick things off? Of course, people recall a scant 7 years ago 8 years ago. Almost to the day, I gave out a lineup for free on the show.
I actually don't think as many. I think in your mind and probably my mind too, we've spoken about it so much that everyone must know. I actually think we haven't spoken about it a ton lately.
It's true.
And if someone showed up over the last couple of years, they might not even know your DFS prowess.
Yeah, so I'll give you I'll run through it real quick here if you're new to the show, and shout out to all our new listeners and viewers. Look at the stats, just crushing it. Awesome August, destroyed August of last year. Means everyone's on there, smashing the subscribe button, telling a buddy, hitting the 5 stars.
Fastest growing country, Sean, of
Canada?
The audience.
Canada,
America.
Oh,
yeah,
great.
Wrong
Awesome.
answer. Come
USA
on. Trick
number
question.
1.
America.
Well, I didn't. Well, I assume
we're talking about football. America. Not
I
that
assumed
CFL
America
bullshit.
was already doing pretty well, but so
also probably a lie. Probably not the fastest growing country, but biggest country.
2017 gave out a DFS lineup on air, like I'm about to right here on our channels, on our podcasts. True. And that lineup, it was off to a great start. Now this was back in 2017 where it was the morning games, afternoon games, and the late game also included in the DraftKings Millie Maker slate.
Classic Giants Cowboys.
I had Carson Wentz in there. I had Zach Ertz. I had the Eagles defense. Eagles defense gets a late strip sack of Kirk Cousins, returning for a touchdown. I'm going nuts. One locked up the game.
It probably should have been a forward pass too. Wasn't there something controversial about it?
They ruled it a fumble, and I remember watching and going like, oh man, I think they might overturn that. I kind of thought they would overturn it. They didn't. But Kirk Cousins fumbling and Eagles getting a defensive touchdown was part of my cap. Now I also had some other notable names.
Like that. Called it a cap. I might have a video if we want to.
Antonio. Oh yeah, if you want to pull up the celebration video for old time's sake. Antonio Brown I had in there. My real steal was Tariq Cohen, and I remember a guy by the name of Christian Pina and Ryan Kramer were making fun of me.
What?
Tariq Cohen, who's that? And I said they're going to be using him, catching a ton of passes out of the backfield. He ended up having like 8 catches that game.
Yeah, that was a good call.
And then we did a pregame show, and I remember where we were. We were staying over at the Westgate. This was before the circuit was built. Staying at the Westgate for the pregame show, and on the pregame show, I was reiterating to people to get Tariq Cohen in your lineups. Games get off to a pretty good start. Eagles get the win, and then I'm not even really checking my lineup. I open it up and I take a screenshot because I'm in first place, winning $1 million. Now this is after the 10 a.m. games on the West Coast end. I think what are the chances I'm going to get through the entire afternoon slate and the night game without getting knocked out? And of course, second place is 200K, then 100K, and it really falls off after that. I'm watching the games. And you don't really even know what you're rooting for because there were 273,000 people in the contest, right? So what are you rooting for against? You have no idea. You just don't want points, I guess. But then I see there's a pick 6 in the Colts Rams game. And the guy behind me, one of the guys really close to me, had Rams defense, and he inched up. And again, you want to know why I hate that pussy Andrew Luck? Andrew Luck didn't play that game, and they put in this bum ass Scott fucking Tolzien, and then Scott Tolzien throws another pick 6, 2 pick 6s in one game. Very hard to have. Very, very crazy that would ever happen. Now, after the second pick 6, that knocks me down. But I survived the afternoon. I'm still in second place with 200K. And then it's Giants, Cowboys, Sunday Night Football. Odell Beckham, late scratch, Ryan. Late scratch, which is awesome because maybe you can put it in a different receiver, but not Odell Beckham. And so
there was no one to fill the salary with.
No. I mean, yeah, you could put in someone, and then it is just, again, I'm just sitting there sweating it out, watching this ugly ass game between the Cowboys and the Giants. The final ends up going 19-3. Very few touchdowns scored. I remember I was really worried about, Jason Witten, I think was on and he ends up 759. He's the one. I think he was the only touchdown to be scored, Jason Witten. So people who had Witten were like nipping at my heels. And I just sweated it out, and then the clock struck 0, and I won $200,000. Or Scott Tolzien lost me $800,000. However you want to say it.
I think you probably said it the right way. Scott Tolzien
owes me, yes. And the person who did have Rams defense did end up winning the $1 million. So hats off to them. Maybe Scott Tolzien was in on it, Ryan. This is before we learned that professional athletes are also in on the fix, and that maybe he was in on it.
He certainly. I think we did the deep dive. He wasn't making like that. That 800K would have been.
Oh yeah,
a lot.
If I would have hit the $1 million, I would have made more on football that year than Scott Tolzien. He made like 750.
Yeah, he was on the whatever was it a rookie contract probably at the time, and we've gotten close to getting in direct contact with Scott Tolzien. I forget who's
floating around the league. He always pops up.
I forget who it was that we were discussing this with, but okay.
Did you find the video, Ryan?
I did. I was having some issues getting it loaded up. Let me what do we got here? Again, it's always a surprise, but yeah, I have the video right here.
You got the sound? Oh, here we go. Oh, look at that. Look at that great hair I had. Ryan telling me.
Yeah. The Wentz jersey's fire.
Oh man, that was awesome.
Wearing the red Eli.
I just keep looking at my phone, making sure that it's still there. I was very worried it was somehow going to disappear.
You wanted I mean, we did a whole episode. We did SGP stories. We did a whole episode on this topic, but you did want to leave the entire time.
Yeah, I thought I was going to like go out and party and like lose my phone, and then someone's going to steal all the money, and I was very paranoid, Ryan.
It was the first time I got to experience whatever that is. Which I now see that same trait at work all the time, in just your tireless pursuit of checking things on a schedule. And I saw it that night in terms of like you were really interested in going home.
I wanted
like
you
to be
were
home. Multiple passes while I was gambling.
Hey, you want
like,
to drive home?
Like, hey, you said you were gonna go. We were gonna go home early tomorrow anyway. You want to just leave now? As if something was gonna like you were gonna get kept in Vegas away from this this fortune you had come into.
Well, I guess I was just worried something like this was such an awesome thing that happened. Only bad things can happen from here on out. So if I got home, I was away from Vegas. Vegas wouldn't be able to take the money back.
You thought the money was going to get taken
I did.
away from you.
And I remember I was at my quote unquote day job writing on ridiculousness, and we were at some really boring meeting, and I just had my Bank of America bank account open and was just hitting the refresh button. I mean, for almost like 2 days straight, and then to see your
that doesn't seem like something you would do.
Yeah, and then just keep checking, and then it hits, and someone's talking to the meeting. I'm just like, fucking yeah, but I'm not saying it. I'm just like, yes, fucking yes. So yeah, awesome.
Yeah,
highly recommend playing some DFS. All right, Kramer, real quick. Speaking about making dreams come true, mybookie.ag. Head over there, get all your NFL college action. They also got a super contest going, $15 entry, $100K, and they're doing buy 2 entries, get 1 free. Very fun. Picking 5 games against the spread.
Are you in?
Yeah, I'm in. I'm not going to play 2. I will not do the buy 1 get 1. It is a good deal. But I just know, like, I have enough shit to fill out. I know myself, so I'm like limiting how much extra stuff I'm going to sign up for.
You got the checklist for me is getting longer, but it is much shorter with only having 1 managed fantasy team.
Yes, and I'm down to 0, I think. Although I did see a draft pop up on my Yahoo.
I also saw something. I might have a second one. We might have a second one.
But again, football's back. I don't need to sell you on football. MyBookie.ag, promo code SGPN. You can score a 100% bet back bonus up to $500. And their catchphrase, MyBookie, it's what is? Oh, they had is your place to. Oh wait, their motto: bet on anything, anywhere, anytime. I love that. Love that. Shout out to MyBookie. Been using them for damn near a decade. Been with them for a long time, so good to see they're back, better than ever. Let's go. Let's have ourselves a season over on mybookie.ag. Promo code SGPN. Also Rhythm. Shout out to Rhythm, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITHMM. I mean, I'll be honest. I was just looking for some extra action, Ryan, over the weekend. I fired up the Rhythm app, and I just looked at FCS, some of these small school totals, like Maine. I hit on all this stuff that I never would have bet on. But hey, I trust Rhythm, especially with the some of these smaller college football totals. There's a ton of value. I just use their model. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITHMM. 7-day free trial over there. Obviously, NFL is here. It's not even right around the corner.
No, it's
here. That's how awesome it is. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITHMM. Let's get after it, Kramer. Week 1 DFS.
And it sneaks up on you because Monday's the holiday. So it feels like I'm rolling the trash cans out tonight, and it's like, well, wait a second, it's Monday night. Why am I doing this? We're dangerously close to football, Sean. We're less than 48 hours from the pick show. All right. I know you have a number of options.
Yeah. So
I have I don't have as many options as you, but I did make sure to cover all the bad quarterbacks
for the Millie Maker. they do a gimmick where the first week it's only $5.
Yeah.
So I made a lineup for each quarterback. So there's 24 options here. Now, I did not play a Dan Jones lineup. I accidentally played two Tua lineups, which I'm fine with. I started doing my research for the NFL Pick Show. Not that I was gonna hem and haw about the Colts Dolphins. Feel even better about our position on the Dolphins, Ryan. Or I don't want to speak for you, but I will be on the Dolphins. But finding a bunch of stuff that just
my takeaway from that game is that I think nothing has changed in terms. Yes, certainly a little worried that a lot of the guys are going to be coming in hot off of not doing a ton of practicing for the Dolphins.
Okay.
But like the matchup offense versus defense, also like the matchup for Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah. It's not a bad, I think as far as game flow DFS, I know some people might suggest the under because of the
lineups
pounding the rock and stuff like that. But there's a world where, if Tyreek Hill is healthy, and it does seem like he's going to play, it does seem like Achan's going to play. Those Achan, Tyreek Hill, and Waddle in a dome with a healthy Tua for at least the beginning part of the game. That offense might get off to like a really fast start.
One of my lineups, it has a Achan Dolphins defense stack. Obviously, we know why the Dolphins defense is interesting.
Yes, because they're playing. They're playing Daniel Jones, whose his interception prop is set at like,
and I think
like even money on over a half.
I almost feel like I should use this lineup because it does. I do think the idea of playing Achan will be less popular.
Well, so I would fire this off to the audience. The live chat, youtube.com/sportsgambling podcast. Give me an NFL starting quarterback that you want to hear.
Like
me give out a lineup.
You're like a mentalist.
Well, I mean,
Sean the mentalist.
I'll say it's like
does DFS.
Some of my favorites personally, the Joe Flacco stuff, and we were debating that before the show, how popular Joe Flacco will be.
I'm with you. I think he's going to get written up a lot as a value play.
Yeah,
for sure.
But they're trying to win $1 million. How many people are actually going to play Joe Flacco? The amateurs, I don't think so, but I feel like the people who mass enter probably have a lot of Joe Flacco.
But isn't that most of the lineups?
I don't know.
I think it probably is representative of a lot of the lineups.
Michael Penix, I love that Falcons Bucks game to be a shootout. I mean, Penix or Baker, those are fun. Some of the other, I would say Tua, I think is kind of interesting. Certainly in that matchup. Now, some of the other ones. Yeah, Russell Wilson, sure. You can make a lineup. Jordan Love.
He has done well. One of my lineups is a Russ lineup. He has done well versus the Commanders. And Neighbors is a very juicy matchup.
Orange Chicken saying Spencer Rattler, Olan looking for a Trevor Lawrence
settle down
lineup. Ryan, well, maybe I should give you a Trevor Lawrence lineup. I assume you have one.
You want me to do a Trevor Lawrence lineup?
Yeah. Well, what about Justin Fields? The Justin Fields lineup.
I'll take the Trevor Lawrence task.
All right.
I was in the middle of rearranging a Kyler lineup. Let me just settle in there, so you can continue to talk.
Well, I'm saying everyone's kind of all over the place. I'll give out a Justin Fields because we're so high.
You talking shit to the chat?
No, I'm
saying they're all the fuck all over.
There isn't a consent. Orange Chicken wants a Spencer Rattler lineup, which I do have one.
Okay,
and I think the way you do that is Spencer Rattler with Kamara. And then you play Trey McBride going the other way.
I don't think you have to do I don't think you have to start Spencer Rattler week 1.
Oh, I did. Ryan, you're gonna be quite the fool when Spencer Rattler wins me $1 million because if you just
yes, I will.
All right,
I will.
Out of spite and make sure and just so you get it on the record. Here's my Spencer Rattler lineup.
Oh, just rapid fire. I like
Spencer
this.
Rattler.
Right in my face.
Stacking with Alvin Kamara, Christian McCaffrey, Jamar Chase, Jameson Williams, Roman Wilson, who is a guy I think if you're looking for a $3,000 piece, and then Trey McBride, Drake London in my flex, Giants defense.
Aaron Rodgers likes Roman Wilson.
Yeah, and
there's only something there.
He's only $3,000. He went out of his way to say he liked Roman Wilson. So I think that's kind of interesting. If you're, and certainly he's $3,000 for a reason. But if you're looking for a guy that might be able to catch a touchdown at $3,000, Roman Wilson's high on my list for that. Giants defense, Ryan, I couldn't help but put them in a ton because I always like playing cheap defenses.
They're going to dominate.
They have a very good matchup on the defensive line, and I think they might be able to create some turnovers.
And they might have a dude who just is potentially unblockable. That's what I'm hearing. We'll see how the reports look in a real regular season.
Well, they
game,
got the best player in the draft at number 3, future gold jacket.
It's
Abdul
Dexter
Carter.
Lawrence generally dominates this Commanders interior. They're without their starting right guard. I don't know if you're where you're at on the work for week 1, but it's a great play. It's a great play.
So I'll start with my official lineup. Justin Fields, $5,400 at home against the Steelers. Now I understand the Steelers have a good defense, but Justin Fields he realized he can do one thing, and that is run the football. And if you have a quarterback who has a chance, and when we talk at the prop show with our buddy CJ on Thursday morning, I'm going to be playing Justin Fields anytime touchdown. I mean, it's over plus 150. I think it might be like plus 180, plus 190. I haven't looked recently, but
it's one of the better values.
I 100%. He's like Anthony Richardson. But I think this is kind of almost a better spot for him. So he's going to have a chip on his shoulder. He's going to run. I think he's going to run at least 10, 11 times, and he's going to get some red zone runs. So his chance of getting touchdowns is crazy.
How do they not run the shit out of him? It just seems like they have to. Like that's what the whole preseason was building up for.
I mean, I keep going back to the person who pointed out on social media that for picture day, he's holding he's not posing as throwing the ball.
Yeah, he's posing
running.
Which makes complete sense. He's going to be a running. I mean,
and you get a running quarterback at $5,400. Now I get it. You're going up against the Steelers defense, but he played them in practice, and it's why he's on the cheaper side there, 5,400. So I like this play.
It's a tough. It's a very it's a strong contrarian play, Sean.
Yes,
I think so. All right. Have fun fact. Where did Carolina rank in DVOA against the pass last year?
Dead last.
Actually 31st.
Okay.
Jacksonville was dead last. So this actually projects to be a massive shootout game. It was one of the first lineups I built, and it was requested as you were doing your mentalist bit. Trevor Lawrence, 5,300. The price is relatively disrespectful for this kind of matchup. In the same way that Russ is priced a little disrespectful, and Joe Flacco, honestly, all three of those guys really being disrespected. But I do think Joe Flacco of those three guys will catch more of the ownership. I've been jagging off all off season.
Oh yeah.
I recently found, I thought I had lost my 4th hand pay tax form on the Jags, but don't worry, Sean, I found it. So yeah, I mean, it's a good matchup. We have the return of it creates obvious stacks and just the return of Brian Thomas year 2 step up. And then does Travis Hunter score a touchdown in his first game? I think so. I think this team could have some fun against Carolina, which again, horrible.
Not good defense.
As I was looking into, so I was watching a couple of their games from last year, and it's just they had a really, really, really bad back end, and they had no pass rush. So we'll see how it works. Anyway, Trevor Lawrence, we have multiple Trevor Lawrence lineups, but I'm going to go with Trevor Lawrence lineup A. Who's your first running back, Sean?
Bijan Robinson, $8,000. I expect this to be kind of a shootout type situation here. And I mean, you've looked at the games with Tampa in the dome have really kind of gotten pretty crazy. I mean, the game at Tampa was 31-26. The game in Atlanta was 36-30 going into overtime with Kirk Cousins. Like, I think just anyone you can get from that game is going to be a smash play. So I'm all over the Bijan Robinson, and he was used in the passing game. Now I understand Kirk Cousins was the quarterback, but he had 7 catches on 7 targets for 43 yards, 61 and a touchdown there. So I think he could be involved in the passing game a bunch too. Now Michael Penix likes to throw downfield a little bit more, but still, Bijan Robinson's just going to get a ton of work.
It does. He did seem to not do as much of the checking down.
Yeah,
which,
but no Darnell Mooney. I wouldn't be surprised if they get a little bit of the screen game going. Drake London, I think, should have a big game as well. So yeah, give me Bijan Robinson, $8K paying up, but I got money to spend.
So this was one of the first lineups I built a couple weeks ago, and I still had the opinion of San Francisco against Seattle feels like it could be a lot of Christian McCaffrey. We could be back to Christian McCaffrey just being someone you put in your lineup as long as he's under 8,000, 7,300.
Yep. I'm also have McCaffrey here.
And I'm not dialed in on ownership. Does seem like he's beneath the floor where he's probably going to end up being popular, I think. So you spent up for 2 running backs. Look at you going to the old Escalade strategy.
Yeah. No, I'm this is a run heavy lineup, Ryan, and Christian McCaffrey for $7,300 at Seattle, especially with all the receivers banged up. I mean, Juwan Jennings, maybe there's a chance he plays. Ayuk, I'm saying
he could have 6-7 catches here.
Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah, that's to me. That's
100%.
Why. To me, the reason his price is off is because he could be back in a role where he's just lock in for 25 points.
All right. So who's your second running back?
Well, this is so I mentioned this earlier that this was in one of my lineups, but Devin Achan. Don't think he'll be very popular. Like the matchup a lot, and I think we like the guys with the Q tags next to him because it's going to scare people off. I also it is scary because he hasn't practiced or done much, but he's a running back, so you're kind of okay with that. You keep him healthy for the regular season. It was soft tissue, but him on turf. Let's remind everyone he has had a 4 touchdown game before. 6,900 Devin Achan.
Okay, so for me, kicking it over to my first receiver, I'm just starting off with guys that we spent all summer long talking about futures, hyping guys up. Matt Stafford is playing, according to reports. Puka Nacua, $7,600. He's just going to get a shit ton of work. I do think Houston's defense is pretty good, but Puka Nacua with Matt Stafford out there, I think the Devontae Adams stuff could even just help him as far as what they have to do to cover both guys. So Puka Nacua, he's just a dog. If he's out there, he's good for double-digit targets. So,
yeah, I'm going to be very intrigued to see how healthy or what they come out doing and how healthy Stafford is. I keep going back and forth on this. Are they going to just run the ball a ton, or is Stafford going to come out?
No, they're gonna. If he's out there, he's playing full bore. And if he gets hurt, so be it. But you can't put a guy out there and be like, oh, you're only going to pass him 15 times. I mean, D'Amico Ryans is smart enough to adjust to that. So if he's out there, he's going to be playing quarterback. They're going to be throwing the football.
I don't doubt that. All right, wide receiver 1. Neighbors is in most of my lineups.
Oh, really?
It's just a smash. You don't need to stack it. Just realize what you're going to get before they realize that he's priced at 7,000. He now has a deep ball quarterback. All 3 of them. So it doesn't matter which one. Don't have to handicap that. Deep ball quarterback. Now Malik Neighbors ends up with touchdowns. So I would imagine his line will be something like 8 for 150 and 2 touchdowns. That's rough estimate. 7,000 Malik Neighbors.
7,000. Yeah, I have some Neighbors. He could have a decent game.
He got so many targets last year. It's going to be the same thing. He's open on every play, and now he has a quarterback that's. So the knock on Russ, he stares down his first target, won't throw over the middle of the field. Okay, he's just going to throw it to Neighbors, over and over and over again. Run
through a motherfucker's face
over and over and
over and over and over. Okay, my next receiver, I got. You got to do the stack, Garrett Wilson, and I feel like at $6,300, not a lot of people are going to be playing him.
Also, just he's one of the guys who's fallen the most in ADP in best ball and like the high stakes season long.
Yeah,
he's dropped almost a full round. Basically, people are not high on him, so you're completely accurate. No one. This is a strong contrarian play here.
But did he have great quarterback play last year? No, he still got 101 catches and 7 touchdowns. It was kind of his best year.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers probably a better passer than Justin Fields, but you have the college teammate bullshit.
That's the other thing.
Here's the thing though, they didn't do it in practice the entire training camp, so that you have to worry about that. So we'll see.
What do you mean they didn't do it in practice?
They just the team in general didn't they didn't really do a ton of forward pass. They're more of a running team. Forward pass.
But
limited.
he can.
That would be the. I'm just saying what scares me.
If someone catches a touchdown, it's either going to be him or Taylor.
100%.
So
what I'm just saying, the volume is what scares me there.
Yeah, but that's why he's going to have low ownership.
Like I could.
No one's playing the Fields. Garrett Wilson.
100%. But I could also just do naked Justin Fields. Naked Justin Fields probably more attractive to me.
Well, of course you'd be attracted to naked Justin Fields, Ryan. He's an alpha.
Went there.
So what? You think I should play T Higgins instead?
I just don't think you. I think the stack is very unique. You know what? The stack is going to be more unique than the naked. More people will play him naked.
Come on, no one's believing in Justin Fields like me.
Yeah, I agree.
For game one,
he's very intimidating
in fantasy.
Wide receiver 2.
Yeah,
stack Brian Thomas with Trevor Lawrence. Don't overthink it. He's the alpha. He's the one guy. You know, of all the tickets I've gotten down on, I don't have a Brian Thomas offensive player of the year. I might have to I will have time. We will be there before kickoff. Brian Thomas, 6,800. I think he has a huge game. This is a big game here.
Yeah.
Big game here. 2 touchdowns, probably a similar line to his college teammate, Malik Neighbors, maybe 8 catches, 150 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Well, and speaking of teammates, if you're going to win one of these, you need a cheap guy. And I mentioned it. I have a couple lineups with this guy in Roman Wilson, $3,000 out of Michigan. Kind of had a slow start to his rookie campaign because he got injured, and a lot of times if you start out injured as a rookie, you never really kind of hit your stride. But Aaron Rodgers has been very complimentary of him. He's a guy. I mean,
reminder: he took a plane to school in high school because he went from one island to another in Hawaii.
Yeah, he's a dog.
So, I mean, that's dog mentality.
I mean, I was high on him last year. You could play that Tesla kid, but I think he's going to be catching too much ownership.
We were very close to drafting him in our industry league, Sean. That would have been such a flex if we had pulled the trigger on that. I like the Roman Wilson play.
Yeah,
because I think based on what I've read, that like the transcripts of Aaron Rodgers talking to the media, Aaron Rodgers has called out exactly one player this offseason. And it's the same player like 5 different times, and it's Roman Wilson.
Yeah.
So you go back, he's done this before. Do you want to know who he did it with?
Good nugget.
This is going to be a fun nugget because the guy came out and had a electric first week in fantasy. I remember because he was a member of Archie's Wet Dream, me and Dick Olson's long running FFPC squad. Randall Cobb.
Oh,
so dog. That interesting, right? Wide receiver who ended up playing as a gadget player, doing a little bit of everything. You know, Arthur Smith likes to just get football players on the field, line them up, let it figure it out. I like this play. I hadn't played him at all, but he's
a good guy to have at 3,000 because that's what you need. One of those guys. Now maybe it's the second tight end, but at 3,000.
Yeah, it does seem. Yeah, you're Tariq Cohen.
Exactly. You do need one of those guys. Who's your third receiver, Ryan?
Tet McMillan, who again I think the questionable tag.
Yeah.
Which will.
I'm not playing anyone on the questionable tag in my lineups because I don't want to have them.
But first of all, they're not real questionable tags yet.
Right.
But they keep people from who are making lineups already. They keep them from being selected.
Right.
Keeps ownership.
But also, we're going to be out in Las Vegas starting on Thursday, and I don't want to have to send my wife instructions on how to swap out a player in a $5
That's why
lineup.
I trained my oldest or my youngest daughter.
Yeah, well, I don't have children, so.
But we will know if those tags will exist this week. I expect neither player to carry. If I had to guess, McMillan's not going to carry a tag. He's not going to carry a designation. Like he won't be questionable when they release the first practice.
Probably not yet.
The first actual injury report is what I'm saying. He's 5,200. That does not reflect the 30% target share he's going to have. And as I mentioned earlier, Jacksonville was the worst pass defense in the league last year. Now, obviously, a lot of things changed there, but some things will remain the same. They have a strong cornerback one. They don't have much else. If the pass rush isn't working, and Carolina's strength on offense might be their offensive line at times. They looked okay in the preseason.
Heat and humidity angle looking good for college football, both Miami and South Florida.
So, but this is a sneaky shootout game.
Yeah, I agree.
Sneaky shootout game. Tet McMillan only 5,200. He might be kind of popular again. Hopefully the Q tag keeps people away, but that's the bring back for the stack, Sean. Hopefully you're bringing something back with Pitts. Oh, you did with Roman Wilson.
Yeah, Roman Wilson was the bring back there as well. I forgot to mention that, but
let the people know. They want to know you're sharp.
Very sharp. I
bring back still plus EV.
Okay, you sure?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, it seems like it makes sense.
Game correlation in general plus EV, right?
Yeah, for me, tight end. He was newly signed. He's part of the new look Denver Broncos offense. Evan Ingram, Joker role, $4,500 going up against Tennessee Titans. I mean, who knows, right? I think I just like the idea that they're going to go out of their way to get him going. To me, it's like Ingram, Sutton, and then RJ Harvey, I think are the big guys. So Marvin Mims is a little banged up.
So sometimes I like to build a lineup starting with the defense. And so it's like, you got to play some Denver teams. And then it's like, well, I like to correlate the defense with the running back. Am I firing on Harvey? And from what I was able to find, it does seem like I think there's a good chance it's a committee, but if it's not a committee, it's probably RJ Harvey. So, he's running backs. I do find myself feeling like an idiot getting cute with running back in DFS.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's volume.
Yeah, I just went with the two horsemen, Bijan Robinson, Christian McCaffrey. Those guys are, they're going to get a bunch of touches. Now, obviously, if they have a big game or not, it's one thing, but as some of the cheap running backs I like, your Tank Bigsby's, your Braylon Allen's, just kind of guys that I was talking about in the offseason. I'm just going to roll it out.
Touchdown roulette.
Yeah. What about your tight end, Ryan?
Double stack. A lot of hype coming into the season, but Mr. Brenton Strange.
Oh,
he's only 3,300. To your point of having a low dollar guy, I kind of looking at around the tight end landscape. I can't imagine he's going to be a super popular play. I think especially when you have like, the cute plays like Mason Taylor, Harold Fannin right there. And then, you don't have to scroll much up the board to find some, well, I guess we'll see. It just feels like there's enough guys in the 4,000 range where I don't think people are going to be punting on tight end. And again, very, very much a cute play because there has been a lot of positive buzz about him coming out. And Sean, what do you like to do with your tight end? Correlate it to your quarterback.
Well, not if it's Justin Fields. You don't need to do that. Right?
Well, I mean, honestly,
I'm not double stacking Justin Fields. I am playing some Mason Taylor though because he's incredibly cheap.
Yeah. In some ways, he's probably just as unique of a stack to Justin Fields, although his cheapness maybe makes him more popular. For
my flex play, I'm high on this guy coming into the season.
Okay,
ultimate boomer bust guy. Give me Jameson Williams. I mean, he has a chance for just ability to break off massive plays. And we'll see what this new look offense is like without Ben Johnson. But you got Amon-Ra St. Brown, you got Jahmyr Gibbs. I don't know how many people are playing Jameson Williams at 5,500. So I think A lot of people are going to be playing the other stars. I do like Sam Laporta and Jameson Williams in that game. So $5,500 feels like a decent play here against the Packers secondary, which might have their hands full with Jared Goff.
I like that play. So I had in this lineup, I had 5,500 remaining at this point. And I'll ask, I made the decision, but I'll ask you the question. And we'll take one of the guys I was going to ask you is JMO, but you like him obviously, so I'll put him off to the side because he obviously has a huge ceiling, a lot of positive vibes and words coming out of camp. But who are you playing here, Cooper Kupp or Trevion Henderson? Henderson, the only thing that worries me, and my quick audible third guy would be Woody Marks, probably too cute, but 5,200. But with Henderson, the only thing that scares me is that he might be popular. Drake May is going to dink and dunk the ball to this guy all game long against. If I had to get, Patrick Graham will allow him to do that. I think you're going to keep everything underneath and make Drake May take that and assume that he's going to eventually try to throw it down and make a mistake.
Yeah, the May stuff. If you're playing a May lineup, yeah, I like May for his rushing ability, week one and just in general. But to your point, yeah, if you're looking for less ownership, certainly I think no one's playing Cooper Kupp. Cooper Kupp's seen as like a dusty guy.
So here's the thing that stacks with McCaffrey. That, you know what?
So yeah, if you want to get your game,
you don't think people are going to play Cooper Kupp?
I don't think
he could very easily have 12 targets in this game.
Well, you're right, and
like we don't know. JSN makes sense because he's the young guy. But we don't know with Sam Darnold.
No.
Also, if you're a defense, what are you stopping on? What are you doing? You're loading up against JSN in the run game.
Yeah, I mean they've made it clear they want to pound the rock, and I think, I mean, look, what's Cooper Kupp's average draft position? Who's gotten more hype in the preseason, Cooper Kupp or Henderson? Henderson, people saw him return that kick for a touchdown. They're all over.
And yet, I still think he could be a massive.
Play. He certainly could be. Yeah.
To me, he's like a 6,000. He's going to be in the mid 6,000s in a couple weeks. But yeah, you know what? I like the Kupp play. It's correlated to McCaffrey, so we get some additional. You know, I like that game correlation.
Checking in on the chat, our buddy CJ, man, the box saying Trevion snap call. Kupp is a corpse, which is certainly. Yeah, I mean, when you're playing these DFS millionaire like contests, it's this balance where like everyone thinks he's a corpse, but then he also might be a corpse. Are you getting too? You got to find that balance between playing the best guys, but also not getting too cute. So, but in full point PPR, Henderson is certainly pretty interesting. Now, I think in DraftKings you do get a touchdown if he scores a touchdown in return, but you don't get any return.
I'm going to roll the dice with Cooper Kupp.
I like it.
Now I have to probably build the lineup again and put Henderson there.
You put it out there in the universe.
Yeah.
I also, for me, defense Giants $2,300. They're such a. I mean, you look at those other defenses. Titans at 2,200. No. Browns. I do have a couple lineups with the Browns. I could play Panthers or Saints, but I'm not. Now, obviously, you know, I don't want to mess up your jagging off, but there's a world where Trevor Lawrence isn't good. But
what about the Raiders?
Raiders are certainly interesting, but they're more expensive.
2,600.
Yeah,
couple more hundred.
I don't have the money for the Raiders.
Got it.
I do have the Raiders a couple times. I have the Saints, or no, sorry, I do have a couple Cardinals defenses, a couple Broncos defenses.
Browns is very obvious.
Browns as well
to me. Because then you can stack it with Jerome Ford.
I do have Dolphins defense.
Jerome Ford's going to be the lead back. No one's talking about this.
Giants are definitely my most owned defense because they're just so cheap, and I think they could get some sacks, and that's really all.
Could. Sean, you know what's happening in this game, and they're already hyping it up on Fox. You saw it all college football which, by the way, Arch Manning was in a lot of advertisements, but
he was in a lot of advertisements and a lot of memes. Also, someone saying,
"How about the Dan Jones Photoshop into the Texas uniform?"
Oh, that was it looked exactly like him.
It's he had a rough day. Anyway, all day Saturday, they're pumping the shit out of this Jaden Daniels led Commanders team.
Yeah,
I mean, it would be a shame if he came out and got it. I mean, Here's what I multiple times I've dreamt this.
Ryan, we got to keep a record of your dream bets.
Just a complete. I
don't think they've
blindside Leonard Marshall style hit. Like remember when he took Joe Montana out of the game?
I do remember that.
I think that could happen to Jaden Daniels. I'm not predicting the player, but if he's 320 pounds and it's Dexter Lawrence, that's going to be popped ribs or collarbone.
Wow. Calling for injuries left and right.
No, I'm just saying if Dexter Lawrence falls on top of Jaden Daniels, that's a popped collarbone.
Could be.
If he fell on me, it'd be a popped collarbone.
You're soft.
Tough guy like bigger. I'm bigger than Jaden Daniels.
Remember, I said I could. Who is it that I said I could block?
I don't remember. It was someone good, but
people got really bad.
One of these days.
Oh, and let's check back in on the Spotify comments real quick because we got. Thank you everyone for weighing in on Slickergate.
Oh yeah, we should put up a poll, but I think I've won.
I think
know. You've almost conceded this.
No. Well, I'll say this.
No.
There are more people who weren't aware of the term rain slicker than I had thought. But shout out to Nagel's Bagels, who sent me the great. Great scene from What About Bob, where they're trying to get rid of Bob in the rainstorm, and he's like, "Oh, he can walk," and then it's pouring down rain. He's like, "Oh, I can't walk. Oh, I'll give him a ride. I'll give Bob a ride. You can't. You Dad, your car's not around." And then it's like lightning hits, and he goes, "He can walk. I'll let him borrow my slicker," and it like scares the family. So, all right, here's where people are weighing in on the slicker.
Yeah, let's hear it.
I have never heard rain slicker. I'm fucking dying by myself listening to this truck. Holy shit. Shout out to Heisman 18. TI saying rain slicker, maybe an episode of Yellowstone. And then we Josh
that
says,
does make a little
love you, Sean. Definitely never heard rain slicker. Sounds geriatric. And then Andrew saying going to need some SGPN rain slickers. And there was a number of other comments. So it's pretty. I will say I was surprised that people had not heard of the term rain slicker. I thought it was pretty universal. Certainly an older school term, but I thought it would resonate with our audience.
You're a newspaper man.
I am. Like a good paper in the morning, cup of coffee, crack it open, get my readers on.
Yeah.
So yeah, I thought the audience was going to join me with the slickers talk, but it was split. I thought it'd be more of a.
You were a little surprised.
Avalanche.
You were a little surprised.
All right, Kramer. Wait, what was your defense? It was Giants as well, right?
No,
or did you give it out?
No.
What's your defense?
You know what? I don't think I have flat out said it, but I teased it earlier. It was
You're great at not saying.
Devin Achan stacked with the defense because it gets you.
Dolphins defense is good too.
Because I mean, do you think a lot of people are going to play it?
I think people are aware of Daniel Jones.
It's 2,700. So,
but I wouldn't worry about defensive ownership, honestly.
No, of course not. But people, I guess what I'm saying is most people, if you're looking at Dolphins ownership, it's going to be Tua, Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle. And so by playing Achan and their defense, I'm also fading that.
Ryan, going back, I think we talked about it on the VSiN show or maybe the podcast, but did you see the photo of Diana Rossini next to Jaden Daniels and said people are pointing out that Diana Rossini was thicker than the Commanders quarterback?
Jersey girl. Yeah. I mean, that's a tough look. Where's Jaden Daniels' mom when he needs her?
Steph in the chat saying her thighs are bigger than Jaden's.
I mean, could you squat more than Jaden Daniels?
100%.
Yeah.
I mean, when Stephanie does the block class over at Hot Yoga, I'm throwing up plates.
You think Jaden Daniels could handle the block class?
I honestly, while doing these classes, I think to it all the time. Like NFL players should be doing this. Like you want to reduce soft tissue risk of injury. Kramer,
isn't that why they do ballet?
Yeah, that was like when we were growing up. I don't think they do that anymore.
Well, yeah, ballet was just the transition into yoga.
There you go.
Yeah.
Shout out to Underdog Fantasy, promo code SGPN. They got a brand new offer. New customers play just $5 to get $50 in bonus funds. Oh man, so much good action over on Underdog. I'll tell you. Let's see. Oh, there's a bunch of It's a bunch of greats. I'll give you a higher right now for the Thursday night game.
No, you
Nolan
won't.
Smith higher a half a sack.
Oh wow.
Kramer, how are we fading the Cowboys? Give me a Cowboys fade.
You've been
in the pick'em.
Oh, well, I'm about to.
I have one.
I'm about to give out this prop.
All right.
You want to recycle it?
Sure.
Rain Prescott under passing yards.
Oh, because I suggested that earlier and you said no because he's a yards merchant.
Yeah, a little. I was a little worried about that, and then I feel better now.
So Nolan Smith higher a half sack. Dak Prescott lower 245.5 passing yards. $50 $100 entry returns you. Do the math here. $312 over on underdogfantasy.com. Promo code SGPN. Of course, play $5. Get $50 in bonus funds when you use the promo code SGPN. We're also brought to you by Novig. Novig is America's #1 sports prediction market. And since they're an exchange, you're getting some of the best prices in the market. Come on. It's a very easy way to get in on the action. Look at all those blue states. Don't get mad, red states. This is just, don't think this is some secret blue state takeover. This is just the states where Novig is available, and it's a light blue. Don't red states don't get fired up. But when you use the promo code SGPN, spend $5, get $50. That's right, over on Novig. Download the Novig app. You get it? Novig, no Vigorosh. Download the app. Use the promo code SGPN to claim your sweet bonus now. Get in on the action with Novig. Promo code SGPN. Kramer, time for Thursday night props opening kickoff. Let's go. What do you got? First prop.
Well, I mean, start with the Dakota Rain Prescott under, which by the way, you can get 248.5 if you're not doing projections.
Okay.
I mean, how many, Sean? They're your team, but how many times did the Eagles allow a number north of this
in the regular season?
In the regular season,
say 3 times.
Close. 2 times.
2 times.
I had bad data and I was verifying it. Yeah, two times, and one of them was Baker Mayfield. The other was shockingly Jaden Daniels. Yeah.
The first game or the second
game?
Well, second.
Yeah,
exactly. I mean, Hurts got knocked out. That was a weird game.
So you look at this just in general. While I do think they will almost certainly miss some of the production on the defensive line. I have no idea what to expect from this Cowboys offense. And so to come out with a fairly hefty 200, right around 250 yards. I mean, in that first game, what did he go for against the Eagles last year?
Dak?
Yeah, it was something comically low, was it not? I should be prepared with this number, but we're just going to take the under on Rain and remind people that he goes by Dak, but his name is Rain.
Yeah, I don't think he didn't play in either Eagles game last year, right?
Oh, okay. That's why the first game was so comically low.
It was a stone cold 0. This one, now this is next level. Shout out to Rosenberg, turned me on to this one. Check out the MLB prop show. But when he said it, I immediately was like, yes, this makes a ton of sense. Javonte Williams under 10.5 rush attempts. I'm sorry, I don't believe in Javonte Williams' knee. I think they're going to be playing from behind. And yeah, Miles Sanders sucks, but Miles Sanders is they said he's good to go for week 1. Jaden Blue is good for week 1.
Is that really what his rush attempts is?
Isn't that insane?
It's his yards is like 40 or 38.5, something crazy. That's so they think
they think he's gonna carry it 11 times for
that's funny
for 38 yards. Maybe they will. Maybe Schottenheimer's that dumb and he's just gonna keep pounding the rock. But I think the Eagles are gonna be able to throw the ball on the on the Cowboys, and I think the Cowboys are gonna be playing from behind. The matchup that scares me, or like that I would have some concern is George Pickens, just because of our issues with the second cornerback, but. Certainly stopping the run, Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter, the linebacker plays looked really good. I guess I would be very surprised if they run it so much or in a position to run it so much. Javonte Williams, last time he ran for double-digit carries, not even 11. You have to go back to November 3rd of last year. Now,
so you like that better than the yards?
I kind of like both, but I guess to me, maybe there's a missed tackle. It's week 1 and he breaks off a 25-yard run or something like that. The carries to me is like game script dependent. I just don't see how he gets that many.
Well, if they win the game, that would probably be how it would involve them leading in the game.
Right. Bleep that out. What are you talking about?
I'm just explaining.
They're playing the Cowboys.
I'm just explaining how they get. You asked how. I'm explaining how.
All right. What's another prop you like?
Yeah. Let's. So Jalen Hurts long rush 13.5 yards. This happens almost certainly against this style of defense. There's going to be a play where they're blitzing and they're dropping into man and there's just nothing in front of him and he's just going to take it. Long rush over 13.5 yards. Prime time, opening game of the season.
Yeah, there'll be like a 3rd and long that they get themselves into and that he bails them out with a nice long run.
I wanted to play his attempts, but it's 8.5, and that it felt a little stiff, you know.
Yeah, I mean, what you get going for you is obviously any sort of tush pushes, any sort of kneel outs, either half or game. That's why it's that high.
Oh yeah, no, I get all that. I'm just so when his yardage is 36.5, his carries is 8.5, and his long rush is 13.5. I'll take the long rush.
Devonta Smith, I like to have a good game. His over yards is 52.5, but I'm just going to go to the longest catch market over 21.5 receiving yards. He's done this. Obviously his rate of going over this is really good. He's done a great job torching Bland, their cornerback that they just gave all that money to.
Yeah.
After not paying Micah Parsons, they immediately play Bland.
Can you imagine being a Cowboys fan? I mean, obviously not, but could you imagine being a Cowboys fan?
And just their secondary. Two things that obviously I'm insanely biased. I will go to my grave. Hopefully in a prime area of the sports calendar.
Yeah. What was it? May, right? No, June.
May's fine. June. May or June. I mean, I'd like to see.
You don't want to stick around for July 4th? You don't like America?
I do, but I'm just
maybe die on July 4th riding a firework.
No, but July 4th, I'm already
June, prepping for football season.
Yeah, June's the best death time. I mean, August would really be the worst, or like this weekend, dying on Labor Day weekend, where like the season is right there.
Or you die and in the middle of hope, nothing has happened yet. So you can live in infinite versions of that season.
No, but this, it's too deep. I want to see what happens. Hopefully they let you watch games in heaven or wherever I end up.
I imagine they have the red zone up there, right?
I would assume so. Yeah. And
that's why ESPN bought it.
You know why? That's the difference between heaven and hell.
What Scott Hansen?
Scott Hansen, he's in hell. He's hosting the red zone in hell.
That's who you get in hell.
Siciliano. If I show up to the pearly gates, I'll know I'm in heaven. If God's like red zone's on and we got Siciliano back, I'm like, oh fuck yes, heaven rocks.
Scott Hansen, baby.
Scott Hansen, yeah. I guess he would probably be purgatory if I'm being realistic. Not being able to watch the games, that would be hell. Going back to I just look at this Cowboys team and we'll save them for the picks, but all my models are showing a strong play on the Eagles.
Really?
But what do they like? How do they run the ball? And then their defensive secondary. How do they stop the passing attack?
Yeah, I mean, they think they have some talent in their secondary.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't see it. And Diggs, does he play? That's not looking. It doesn't look like he's going to play, right?
No.
Well, they're saying he's a full participant. I guess I'm still a little skeptical.
Interesting.
And then you got Tyler Guyton gives him and the knee injury. We're taping this Monday night. We'll maybe get some more clarity. Regardless, I think if they put Bland on Devonta Smith, which is who he's matched up with previously, he's owned him. He's definitely good for one big shot. Obviously, AJ is going to get the majority of the targets. And I think I was debating the yards or the longest catch, but Smitty really is a big play guy, as we saw in the dagger that they stuck to the Chiefs' heart in Super Bowl 59. If he's going to go over yards, he almost always goes over his longest catch as well. Like he's not a guy who's going to get like 5 catches and 49 yards. So I like both, but I'm going to go longest catch because he's going to get you a 22 to 30 yard catch pretty easily.
All right. So how many are we doing? I forget.
3 props,
3, right? Okay. I had a couple. It turns out I've been collecting a couple of these throughout the off season, and you were right, Sean. I went back into my inventory. We talked about first touchdowns, and this is over at my bookie. We talked about they had opened the like almost like a gimmicky touchdown market. Jalen Hurts was -115 at that point.
Yeah. Now it's like -150, -160.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts anytime touchdown will hit, but I feel embarrassed giving out a -160 as one of our props.
All right. This was just I was trying to craft up ways to fade the Cowboys indirectly. We're doing a bunch of Jalen Hurts stuff in this one. Under 26.5 pass attempts.
Fair enough.
Doesn't strike again the way that this fails, and this is +105 by the way. If you're a juice monger, the way this fails once again is somehow the Cowboys are winning, and they're gonna. I just don't see a world where they do anything different than they did last year, which is come out, lean on the Cowboys a bit, hit them with some passes. To your point, probably hit some big plays. This was a defense that gave up a lot of big plays, but we come out of this game and Jalen Hurts is 27 for 35. I'll be pretty surprised, and the Eagles might have lost the game. Under 26.5 attempts.
Yeah, I don't mind that at all. They also have this guy named Saquon Barkley, who was the #1 player in the NFL according to the NFL players that he plays against and with.
Oh, now you're into beauty pageants, huh?
No,
I've never heard you refer to the NFL 100 before.
No, Saquon Barkley is very good, and he got. It's a cool award to be given by your peers to be a #1. Obviously, the only thing that matters is Super Bowls, which they are Super Bowl champs at 59. So Super Bowl 59, right? I don't know if you saw it. They fucking destroyed the Chiefs.
Got it.
They were up 34-0.
Sean, be careful. There's a car stopped in front of you. You're staring at that rear view.
Oh, I'll plow right into that car, looking back at the Jalen Hurts dagger to Devonta Smith and the ass whooping that we put in the Kansas City Chiefs. I'll unbuckle my seatbelt and fly through the windshield. Let's go.
Really?
Yeah.
That again,
that was an awesome
you're trying to
Super
kill
Bowl.
yourself in. That would have been February. Well, now we're not. You don't want to fly through the windshield. It's a pretty low survival chance if you fly through. Windshield.
Not plus EV.
I don't think so.
My last prop. Give me CeeDee Lamb under 70.5 receiving yards. Once you go to Quinyanamo Bay, you don't come out.
Are you allowed to say that?
Yeah, that's his nickname, Quinyanamo Bay. At first I was like, it's kind of clunky, but I've grown to love it.
Well, he's a Q name. You got to anything you apply to Q.
Guantanamo Bay starts with a G, but I guess it's got the U in there.
Yeah,
it's a bit of a stretch, but it's
people like waterboarding.
Right. I mean,
let's remind everyone of torture. That's smart.
I understand why the NFL wouldn't want to see Eagles fans waterboarding themselves with a Quinyanamo Bay t-shirt, but that would be awesome.
I don't think
that's the next level of the dog mask. The dog masks are great, but if we could have fans in the stands, shout out to the 700 section, just put a thing over your face, pour water. Yeah. Our buddy Decker, when shout out to Decker, who's a maniac, did a video where he waterboarded himself. I got to track that down. Anyway, Quinyanamo Bay.
Decker has darkness inside of him sometimes.
#1 receivers do not do well against this Eagles defense. And they've already discussed about how they want to have, basically have Quinyanimo, aka Quinyon Mitchell, lock down the number 1 receiver, and I think that's what he's going to do. Last time they played, CeeDee Lamb, of course, he opted out of the second game, but the first game, 6 for 21 in Dallas, where he saw a lot of Quinyon Mitchell. I don't see that. 70.5 is crazy.
Yeah, they do like to line him up in the slot to avoid that, but I know Quinyon.
But I think you might travel him, or Reed Blankenship. I think can do fine on him. I would just honestly, the guy I'm worried about hitting a couple deep balls against probably Dory Jackson is George Pickens. I think that's kind of like prop wise. I don't think he's going to do enough to turn the game, but prop wise, I would be worried about the Pickens stuff because.
But you can pretty effectively just have a safety over it. They can't do much else.
And again, you have Quinyon Mitchell.
Tomlin got rid of him. Remember that part?
That is true.
Tomlin got rid of him. Why do we think he's going to be anything? And he's on the Cowboys. And Brian Schott. These guys, the whole team. It was a unanimous decision, Sean. They're so fucked. I am convinced this is not good for morale.
Yeah, we were debating that. I think. Again, trying to not be biased here, but maybe there was reports that Micah was a problem in the locker room, and that no one liked the podcast, and that would be annoying. So maybe addition by subtraction, but I think that move needs to be done like before the draft, right? Bring in some fresh blood, have a whole training camp with the new guys, instead of Micah Parsons just sitting there hanging out, lurking
they didn't plan
the entire time.
They didn't plan it.
It's just this. So maybe there's a world where it's like, hey, we're gonna rally around the fact that this annoying guy is gone, but also he was very good, and they were even asking about CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah,
and they go, well. See, that's another thing. This has turned into a distraction for this game. They're already getting questions asking about week 4 against the Packers.
Everything's a distraction. Like that's what he likes though. That's his move is distraction, right?
Yeah.
What's next?
So those are 3 props. Now we talk first touchdowns.
Ooh. Very boring, very bad matchup for my first touchdown model because obviously can't play a Cowboy.
Yeah,
and
off the board.
The Eagles are just not a fun team to play. So I went back and I did some very detailed research, and I came up with a system.
Okay.
Turns out last year the Eagles and the Cowboys played twice. In one of those games, Jalen Hurts scored the first touchdown. So we're going to take that plus 500 half unit. And which I never do, but it's very obvious they're going to get him in with a touch push for the first fucking. And then just in case, Philly defense 30-1, who also scored the first touchdown in the second game. Now I would point out, you can get very long numbers on their backup and third string tight ends. I considered throwing them in the card, but I think Sean would probably tell you that it's concentrated, and Dallas Goedert is probably the cutest you can get. Now, I know in one of the games, now granted there were a lot of backups playing, but you had a third receiver score, but I think the cutest you can get is Dallas Goedert, right?
So for me, I'm going Jahan Dotson.
Oh, so that you did go third receiver.
Yes. Okay. I do think he is an option for first
95-1 like the Super Bowl.
No, it's down to 35-1.
Pussies.
It is. It's annoying. Now we'll see what
disgusting.
I'm hoping the Circa gives us a little bit of a better price, but I'm seeing 35-1 pretty widely available. The other guy I would play Will Shipley first touchdown at 35-1 because
even that's not a great price.
I would say it's pretty good considering Kenny Gainwell last year was in like the mid to low 20s, and I think he's gonna have a Kenny Gainwell like role.
Yeah. I don't know.
If you want to be insane, you can take Ben Van Sumeren, the fullback, at 100-1. I will post what the Circa gives out, but
it's a great
Will Shipley also covers you for, and again, double check the place you're playing it at, because some places do defense and special teams as one thing, some don't. Will Shipley is the kick returner for the Eagles. So with this new kickoff rule, if he breaks one early or off a field goal, 35
bonus, huh?
A little extra play there. And Jahan Dotson, There was a lot of reports about him in the offseason working with Jalen Hurts, and you saw how close he got to. He had the first touchdown in the game against the Packers in the playoffs. He almost had the first touchdown. According to that dumbass ref standing right above him, he had the first touchdown in the Super Bowl.
That was so horrible.
That got, and I still think he has a shot here. So Jahan Dotson and Will Shipley, if you want a pizza bet, whatever you call it, 100-1 Ben Summerin, just because they have a fullback on the roster. I could see the reason to play that.
Say his name again.
Ben Van Sumeren.
Oh, it's so good. Just the Van. It makes him sound like
if your name is Ben Van Sumeren, you're either an assassin or a fullback in the NFL. He chose fullback.
That's probably good.
Well, isn't that the thing? Like all assassins have 3 names. John Wilkes Booth.
I think it's weird how that works out.
So
almost like it's all controlled. It's a weird coincidence. They all got 3 names.
Very.
Well, you know what happens when you kill someone? They start using your whole name, and a lot of people have middle names. So,
CJ pointing out, Brian says he always likes to play Calcaterra even though he never gets home. LOL. Man, the box pointing out Dotson owes us, run it back, and Mike is pointing out Jalen Tushpush. Yes, it ultimately does feel like it will be Hurts. So having more Hurts first touchdown is never a bad idea, and that brings me to my.
You know I'm a degenerate.
Hashtag
what is your Degens only play?
This is something I cooked up. It was great. So this is a Degen only parlay. Jalen Hurts, Ryan, you gave out first touchdown. Now this is not a part of my first touchdown plays. It's in my Degens only. Jalen Hurts to score the first touchdown. Will Shipley to score the last touchdown. Parlay those together on the green book, 180-1. Already got like $25 on that to win nice 4K.
Interesting. Okay.
Well, because ultimately what will happen is Hurts
That's a big price.
Hurts will get pushed into the end zone. I'll be going nuts. And then instead of being like, oh, I should have played Hurts first touchdown, I'll go, oh my God, the parlay is alive. That's how
that is your favorite thing to do at the circa, I think. Parlay first touchdowns too, because we're gonna have.
And I guess I'll save it for the props episode. But Jalen Hurts parlayed with a first touchdown in the Chiefs Chargers game, like a Jalen Hurts with Xavier Worthy.
So really let's open it now, right?
Okay.
Open the parlay right now.
Yeah,
and then we'll fill it with the CJ on the prop show. But I think. Yeah, I'm with you. I think you
I'll do a deeper dive on Chargers Chiefs for the
Carson Steele this year.
No, thankfully he's taking enough of our money. Love that guy.
What about well, I'm blanking on the Matlock. Is Matlock in play for this parlay?
Well, and again, it's an early on thing, but I've in these like showcase games, I like to do one chalk, one long shot. Okay. So I think I'll probably do like a Hurts or something chalky for the Eagles, and then a long shot for Chiefs Chargers, and then a Dotson, maybe Will Shipley parlayed with something on the Chargers Chiefs side, like a chalkier. Which I don't even know if who do you think? What is the chalky play for Chargers Chiefs?
I mean, I would imagine Omarion Hampton is a short price.
Yeah.
I'd imagine Travis Kelce is a short price.
Don't want any part of that.
Mahomes is always the quarterbacks right. With their legs is
Hampton plus 750. Najee Harris plus 850. I'll book that first touchdown. Xavier Worthy is kind of on the chalkier side there at 850. Although it's kind of clumped together. Lad McConkey, he's a fun one. Quentin Johnson's 18-1. Man, the Chiefs are interesting. Like Mahomes all the way down to 28-1. As we know, Mahomes only scrambles in big games. Is this a big game for him?
They seem like they're legit pissed off. I don't know. Where are you at with that?
I go back and forth. I mean, I think they'll get up for this game because it's in Brazil, if I'm being honest. And then week 2 might be who do they play week 2? Oh, that's right. The Eagles. I mean,
wow.
It also could be. It also could be a look ahead spot to the Eagles game. I don't know. I can't get into the Chiefs psychology. I do think when we do the picks episode, I will default to Andy Reid and a home opener with plenty of time to prepare. Although Harbaugh has been very good week 1 ATS. I struggle to imagine Justin Herbert carving up this Chiefs offense in South America. I just don't see that happening.
It's hard to see anyone getting carved up, and I feel like it's going to be a game decided on the ground. But I will say, like, as I'm thinking about the Friday game, the quarterbacks are in the model, honestly.
Yeah, Herbert, I think will run more.
Both fit. It's prime time enough. Or it's like big game enough to where you could, and it's sloppy conditions. The receiver falls down.
Hurts Mahomes parlay first touchdown. Hurts Herbert parlay first touchdown.
Yeah.
Oh man, can't wait to get out.
How many? Yeah, I think the fun thing will be opening it up with a bunch of players, and then opening it with all 4 of my plays for the Chiefs Chargers game, and then the second it loses, realizing that was a stupid fucking idea. All right, I had so.
What's your DGen parlay?
Well, I think we can make it. So for starters, my play is Hurts to lead the game in rushing yards.
Oh, okay.
It's plus 900.
This is a DGen play, right?
Well, I know. I'm explaining. Okay. I'm explaining where I'm going with this. Now, I cannot get the reverse correlation, and I'm just getting blocked from any reverse correlation right now. So I'm hoping that it's as it gets closer to the game, but I also want to take. Now, I don't think it's realistic to think Jalen. How many do we think Jalen Hurts 100 yards is on the table? Because it just
doesn't feel like that type of game for him.
No. So what I was going, so you can get Jalen Hurts to rush for 70 yards.
I mean, Ryan, how many career 100-yard games do you think he has?
He has a couple.
2.
Yeah. I agreed with, because I first did comparison shopping. That price is 15-1. Him to have the most rushing yards in the game is 9-1. Now, I don't necessarily think Barkley's going to have a bad game. So let's just say it's something reasonable. You know what? I'll bump it. So if we do the 80 yards, that's the comparable price to leading the game. We couldn't parlay lead the game in rushing yards, but we should be able to at some point this week parlay Jalen Hurts 80 plus yards at plus 900, and which that is maybe a better standalone bet as well. Parlay that with the under rush attempts. Now that's gonna be.
And I can place this bet now.
What do you mean?
Under rush attempts.
That's what I'm telling you. They're normally you would get the reverse correlation. I don't know why it's not letting me put it in.
Okay.
That what I would expect. So if that price had no reverse correlation applied to it, it's still going to pay around 20-1. When the reverse correlation kicks in, this should be one of those where we look at a 50-1 price. So I will update with the price, but that's the play. It's the Jalen Hurts. It's a mini ladder from Jalen Hurts to lead the game in rushing yards to doing it with only 8 carries.
All right. I see Antoine in the chat saying Dillon touchdown. If you're talking about AJ Dillon,
no,
don't do that. AJ Dillon, I would be very surprised if he scores a touchdown. Take the Will Shipley anytime touchdown. If you're looking for something like that. The Eagles don't go that deep, and they don't need to. They got AJ Brown, they got Devonta Smith. Obviously they have Saquon and Jalen Hurts.
Will AJ Dillon be on the active roster on the game day roster?
Not 100%, honestly. Now I don't know what they're exactly planning on doing.
Did he show anything in the preseason? Did I miss it? What's going on with that?
It's just because
is he friends with someone. It's a weird position to have, like a wasted roster spot. You want some young guy, some young up and comer.
Yeah, I see Antoine in the chat saying they had to bring in Dillon to lessen the workload. No, AJ Dillon getting a bunch of carries, I'd be very surprised. They like Will Shipley. That's why they moved Will Shipley to the number 2 in the depth chart, which they would normally not even signal that. But I'm telling you, AJ Dillon's not going to get a bunch of work. You're much better if you like that long shot running back angle, or if you think someone besides Saquon is going to get carries, it's going to be Will Shipley, who's they drafted him. I mean, AJ Dillon, most people thought he wasn't going to make the 53-man roster. So I think you're just a little off with I like where your head's at, searching deep, but
it's just wild he made the 53.
Yeah, not. And I wouldn't be surprised if we'll see what they do a punt returner, if they bring up Britton Covey off the practice squad last minute, and then I think they're going to be doing something with the practice squad with AJ Dillon. So stay tuned when we get the full roster. But I would stay away from any of his props because I don't think they're going to get graded. All right. A lot of fun picks, props. You got DFS
update 44-1. I'm just an idiot. I might have been ad blocking something. We got it sorted out.
Smoking my weed.
44-1. Mine's 180-1.
Yeah.
Let's have.
Come on.
What?
I'm just saying. Come on.
Come on. What?
You can't stay bigger than.
Yeah, my parlay is bigger than yours,
okay.
right? We literally do a segment where we measure our parlays.
I'm just saying that's yours is a little bit of a cheat code.
How so?
It just is. A little bit of cheat code.
No, the Eagles start off with a Jalen Hurts touchdown. They get out ahead. And they ice things with a Will Shipley touchdown at the end.
Yeah. Got it.
You couldn't see that happening?
Got it. No, I can take two big numbers and multiply them together too.
No, they're not. They're not
big numbers.
Oh, okay. Don't be scared of the.
I'm not scared. I'm just.
I mean, Ryan,
numbers.
if anything, you should like this because Will Shipley had one of his best games last year against Dallas.
I mean, I like the angle from the perspective of what if it's like this could be injury related. That would obviously
you are rooting for Saquon to
support the data that I've been presenting all off season tirelessly. So it's always good when your research comes together nicely. But yeah, good luck. That would be a nice hit. You think you won't? Unfortunately, you won't be able to get a paper ticket in Vegas, but maybe we can go across the street to the.
Yeah, my paper ticket will be some of the parlays between Thursday and Friday. So stay tuned. Thursday, Friday, first touchdown parlays we'll give out on the prop show.
Might be
Thursday
worth a walk
morning.
Across the street though.
Yeah, there are some places that might be able to get your paper ticket on that. Although they're kind of pussies with some of that too.
You think so?
Yes. Hey, good times, everyone. Again, get in on all the contests. The free roll football contest, 4,000 up for grabs. The $100 Survivor contest. The phrase that pays, $1,000 Circuit Future, which will actually definitely be because we've smashed last year's number. Congrats to you guys, the audience.
Maybe, definitely, but maybe
100%. And so stay tuned for all those. Download the SGPN app, hit the contest tab, and questions, comments. It's still time to weigh in on Slickergate over on Spotify. Toss us 5 stars. Appreciate that. And of course, as always,
thank you for participating in the Sports Gambling Podcast.
For the Sports Gambling Podcast, I'm Sean, Stacking the Money Green. He's Ryan.
Wow, Sean, football is here.
Kramer, let it ride.